Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the question answers of Indigo. Come to page number 47. First question, it is choose the correct option. First one, Rajkumar Shukla was a sharecropper. Second, Rajkumar Shukla was poor. Question number 2, why is Rajkumar Shukla described as being resolute? In the first page, that is page number 46, what we see that Rajkumar Shukla all the way from Champaran went to Lucknow to meet Gandhiji. That is showing that he has determination. Though he is poor, he is illiterate, but that determination is there, so he travelled such a long distance. Then come to page number 47. Here you can see Gandhi told Shukla he had an appointment in Kanpur and was also committed to go to other parts of India. Now Shukla was always following him. Why he was doing so? He had that desire that yes, I will bring Gandhi to my place. And finally you can see in that paragraph, he fixed a date and then only Gandhiji was not aware of that place. And then what he said, that I will come to take you from Kolkata to Champaran. So he made a fixed date of meeting in Kolkata and then only he took a deep breath. So this whole incident, it shows that he was a determined person, resolute. If I have taken something, decision in my mind, I will do it. And throughout, he had patience, he waited, and finally, he took Gandhiji from Kolkata to the city of Patna, that is in Bihar. Now come to the next question. Why do you think the servants thought Gandhi to be another peasant? Gandhi was very humble and he used to dress up like a very ordinary person. He was down to earth, his behavior was also like that, and he was accompanying Rajkumar Shukla, who was another poor peasant. So what happened? The servants thought that since he is accompanying Rajkumar Shukla, so he is also like him. And finally, they treated him like a poor peasant and he was not allowed to take water from that particular well which everybody was using, and he was considered as untouchable. It was a complete misunderstanding and it was because of his dressing sense, his way of speaking, his simplicity, down to earth. Page number 49. List the places that Gandhi visited between his first meeting with Shukla and arrival at Champaran. So the places should come in sequence in this answer. Now you will begin. Gandhi first met Shukla at Lucknow. Then he was in Kanpur and other parts of India. He returned to his ashram near Ahmedabad. Later, he visited Calcutta, Patna and Muzaffarpur before going to Champaran. Question number 2. What did the peasants pay the British landlords as rent? What did the British now want instead and why? What would be the impact of synthetic indigo on the prices of natural indigo? So there are many questions in that, so we will sort out part by part. First part, you have the answer in the same page, page number 49. The peasants used to pay indigo as rent to the British landlords and it was due to the long-term agreement which was done. Okay. Then, what did the British now want instead and why? The second part. You have the answer in same page. Germany had developed synthetic indigo, and therefore the price of this indigo has gone down in the market. Fine. So the British landlords were not interested in taking indigo from the sharecroppers. Instead, they wanted money as compensation, and because of that, they said that we will release you people from the agreement that was done. Okay, the prices of the natural indigo had gone down in the market due to the synthetic indigo, which was now common in market. So that is the last part of the question. What will be the impact? The impact, that is, price will go down. Or you can say in other way that till now the Britishers were the whole and soul producers of indigo. Now Germany is also there in the market with artificial indigo or synthetic indigo. Page number 51. The events in this part of the text illustrate Gandhi's method of working. Can you identify some instances for this method and link them to his ideas of satyagraha and non-violence? This is not directly from your text, but since all of us we know Gandhiji, so we should know the answer. Gandhiji's political approach was intermingled with day-to-day problems of the common Indians. Any kind of law which is not justified, he wanted to oppose, and this was his way of working. He was ready to get arrested, go to jail for the benefit of the common man. For example, we can see Dandi March to break the salt law. This is one incident that we can see in Gandhiji's life. He resisted the disobedience in a very peaceful way. Throughout his life, what we see, his movements were non-violence. Another example, Swadeshi. That means we will boycott the foreign goods. It's not going to harm anyone directly. There is no violence involved, but indirectly it will affect the Britishers. So there are many incidents like this which tell us that he was linked directly to his ideas of satyagraha and non-violence. Next, page number 53. Why did Gandhi agree to the settlement of 25% refund to the farmers? For the answer, come to page number 52, last paragraph. This settlement was, okay. Now, there you can see the reason. Gandhi explained that the amount of refund was less important than the fact that landlords have been obliged to surrender part of the money. So that was more important, that they are getting one amount, whether it is 25 or 50, that is not so important. They are getting back one amount of money and the landlords had to surrender. So there was the winning situation. And this happened first time in the history that the poor peasants, they fought for their right and they got back whatever percentage it is, but they got back some percentage of that money as well as their self-respect. And because of this, they could come out of the fear factor. They got a ray of hope that next time if we are suppressed, we have a way out. That is, we will go against the Britishers peacefully and definitely we will get some return. So this hope was given to them. So Gandhiji agreed for 25%. because self-confidence is priceless. You can see the last line of this paragraph. They learned courage. Okay, so that is why it was very important to get some amount, whatever amount it is. Next question. How did the episode change the plight of the peasants? First thing, they got confidence. Fine. Then they could see how Gandhiji is working, what is his way of working. For the first time, getting back their right and liberated from fear. This whole episode brought to an end to the 15% agreement of sharecropping, social and cultural differences. After this, the next benefit that they got from this episode, that was Gandhiji did a lot of social reforms in Champaran. For example, you have it in page number 53. He opened schools, then he took care of the personal hygiene, he arranged for the doctors, he worked for the general sanitation of that village. So, this was another awareness that Gandhiji could create while he was dealing with the problem of Champaran. So, that was another thing that they got from Gandhiji. So, the answer is in two major points. First is liberated from fear, and second is health and hygiene, the social awareness. Next, come to page number 54, understanding the text. Why do you think Gandhi considered the Champaran episode to be a turning point in his life? The success of Champaran episode gave a lot of confidence to Gandhiji, and he got this confidence that with this civil disobedience, I can make the Britishers feel that yes, India is my country and it is not that they will impose all the rules and we need to obey that. He could also make out that the main cause of problem was fear. So, going to law courts to solve the disputes was useless because the common man of India was so scared, had no voice to say anything or to fight for justice. He could see the reality, social backwardness. He could feel the miserable conditions of the poor, illiteracy. People in the villages, they are cheated. So Gandhiji could realize all these things. He could also realize that exploitation, it can go to which extent that the Britishers are doing to us. But on the other way, constant guidance to the peasants of Champaran, it gave them the liberation from fear. And they could also go against the British court. Then, with the help of civil disobedience, with this path, things can be settled and things can go in favor of the Indians also. These things Gandhiji closely observed and understood in Champaran. So it gave him also a lot of confidence, courage for the other movements of his life. Gandhiji easily made it clear to the Britishers that you people cannot dictate me in my land. In my country, wherever I feel like I can travel, I am free to do so. So this message was given very strongly to the Britishers. And hence, with this confidence, when he is leaving Champaran for the next movement, he got success for that. So that is why in his personal life, this whole episode had played a vital role. He thought that he will solve the problem in few days and come, but it took more around a year to sort out the problems. And it is not only the problem of farmers, but it's the problem of the whole system that was imposed by the Britishers. Gandhiji very closely analyzed this. Question number 2. How was Gandhi able to influence lawyers? Give instances. Now, for this answer, we need to quote certain incidences from the chapter. Okay. Now, first thing that we will see is page number 48. Okay. Page number 48, last part, it is given that Gandhiji was little upset. He was not happy that the lawyers were collecting big fee from the sharecroppers. Alright, because for them paying that fee to the lawyer was quite difficult, and if they are asked to pay such a heavy fee to the lawyer, maybe they will give up their cases. Now the next important part of this answer is in page number 51. Okay, all the lawyers, they came because Gandhiji has sent a telegram to them. Fine. Now after that there was a chance that Gandhiji could go to jail. And what will happen? There would be nobody to advise and they would go home. Fine. Gandhiji was highly disappointed with this attitude. And just after that you can see Gandhiji was a stranger, but he was ready to go to jail for those poor peasants. And these lawyers, they were coming from the neighboring places of Champaran. They were all from Bihar. Fine. But they wanted to go back home. And Gandhi was fighting on behalf of the peasants of Champaran, even ready to go home. And with this incident, what happened? That they felt ashamed. Gandhiji made them feel ashamed, and when he could create this feeling, the lawyers easily understood their duty. The lawyers realized that their moral duty is to be with Gandhiji, and then they decided to follow Gandhiji in prison in case he got arrested. So Gandhiji was successful in creating this sense of belongingness, this sense of duty in the lawyers of those places. So finally, those lawyers were also ready to go to jail. And this is how Gandhi was able to influence the lawyers. So this is the main incident. But in the beginning, you can add that he was not happy because they were charging fees, because that is also reflecting what type of people those lawyers were. So when the lawyers were ready to follow Gandhiji's civil disobedience movement, the Battle of Champaran was won. Next question. What was the attitude of average Indian in smaller localities towards advocates of home rule? Advocates of home rule means people those who are supporting the home rule, the freedom movement, the rulers of our country. And these people, these leaders, they were considered as enemies of the British government. Anybody, any citizen of India who is showing some sympathy towards them was treated very badly by the Britishers. That was the system at that time. In smaller localities, the average Indian was afraid to show sympathy to the advocates of home rule. People used to feel very scared that if I show any sympathy towards these leaders, something will happen wrong with me. And at that time, people were very poor also. But for Gandhiji, he got certain positive things, and it was just like a drastic change Gandhi experienced in Muzaffarpur. He was welcomed at the station by J.B. Kriplani, who was a British employee, along with a large group of students. His host, Professor Malkhani, a teacher in the government school. This is given in page number 48. Okay, people were scared. But what happened when Gandhiji went to Muzaffarpur and to Champaran? What sharecroppers, when they got this news, they started coming and visiting Mahatma Gandhi. Whatever will happen afterwards, that they will see. But right now, they were so impressed that they started coming in a huge crowd and started visiting Mahatma Gandhi. How do we know that ordinary people too contributed to the freedom movement? This is question number 4. Ordinary people contributed. Again, we have to see the people of Champaran, the huge crowd that joined Gandhiji at every step, at every decision that he took. Now come to page number 48. We have to see how common people joined. Second line of this page. Kriplani was waiting at the station with a large body of students. These students were the common people. Then you have the name of the teachers. They were also common people. In the same page, come to the next paragraph. The news of Gandhi's advent and of the nature of his mission spread quickly, and sharecroppers from Champaran began arriving on foot by conveyance to see their champion. This was again the common public who is getting associated with Gandhiji. And this huge crowd was a motivation to Gandhiji. Page number 49. Gandhi did not leave. Instead, he proceeded to Motihari, the capital of Champaran. Several lawyers accompanied him. At the railway station, a vast multitude greeted Gandhi. Again, this was common man who got associated with Gandhiji and becoming his strength. Next, come to page number 50. Morning found the town of Motihari black with peasants. They did not know Gandhi's record in South Africa. They had merely heard that a Mahatma who wanted to help them was in trouble,